So welcome to my first thoughts on Valkyrie Elysium, available for PS5, PS4, and PC at this point exclusively. And I played the PS5 version, and this is not my first Valkyrie game. I remember playing the original game, Valkyrie Profile, back in the day. I have very hazy memories of that game though. I remember I kind of liked it, but it was this game here, Valkyrie Profile 2, that really won me over, and I thought the game was incredible. And that leads us to this game here. And when I first saw it, yes, Square Enix was showing a few games. They were showing the D-Field Chronicles and this game. And here's the honesty of it all. I watched the trailers for both of those games, and I thought, okay, these are budget games by Square. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I'm like, I don't really think I'll be interested in either. Let me say something. I've been so wrong on both those accounts. D-Field Chronicles is a great game, and this game, Elysium, is a great game, and I'm going to get into all the reasons why I think it is. What do you guys think so far? There's a demo out there that you can play right now. I played the demo, and I played everything you could ever do in the demo. I did everything. I spent like 4 hours doing all the quests and all that stuff, and I kept playing it, and I think that was the thing that was getting me with the game, is I kept on playing it. I didn't want to put it back or put it down. And I just want to say that I'm not going to show any spoiler stuff after the demo. I'm going to show mainly the demo stuff, but I played quite a few hours after this. And how is the game after the demo? It's good. It keeps on going, and that's the thing that I wanted the most. I kind of maxed out what I could do for upgrading my weapons and upgrading my character, and I just wanted more, so it was really good to get into the full game so I could do all those things. Now, the main storyline is you're a Valkyrie working under Odin to go back to the lands and rid it of all the evil down there. And the trick of the storyline is, are you doing the right thing? Are you on the right path? And I will say this much. The storyline is the thing that's the least interesting to me, because it's the gameplay and the action RPG combat of this game. That's what it is. It's an action RPG. That's the stuff that keeps me there. The action, the combat, that's what I'm enjoying in this game. Storyline, it's okay, but I'm into the gameplay the most. Now in the demo, you start off with a tutorial, and it's quite overwhelming. There's quite a lot of things to learn. And I've talked to some other friends of mine, and they were like, oh my god, my girlfriend was playing this game and she was totally overwhelmed with the amount of controls and the amount of things you can do with the character, and they were turned off by that. This is so interesting to me, because that's the thing that really, no pun intended, turns me on to this game, because there's so many moves, there's so many things that you can do. I'm going to try to explain some of them. I can't explain all of them, but what I like is this game reminds me, here we go, it reminds me of an Ys game. So as soon as you start playing it, if you played any Ys games, you're like, oh, yeah, this is very similar, and that feels really good. Running around in a 3D environment, you have your attacks with your sword that you can do combo attacks with them, and you also have magic that you can unleash and attack your enemies and discover their weaknesses and exploit their weaknesses with those, so you can always upgrade those. And there's also a skill tree for attacking and for defense, and you can work your way through there and unlock all the brand new abilities. That is very addicting to do. So your character is always getting stronger and better, and that is a lot of the addiction in there. Obviously, you get new weapons. You can upgrade your weapons. You can do that, so you can collect a bunch of different things, upgrade them. And here's the thing that I really like, and this is the thing that you'll get after the demo. You get it right in the beginning of the demo, but they take it away from you, and you finally get it into the game, and that is the heroes that can fight beside you. I love this. So you're fighting some enemies, and then you call in your other hero to come in, and you can have multiple heroes come in and attack at the same time. That is fun, because after a while, you're just attacking one-on-one. You're like, okay, this is fun. I enjoy this. But it's great to bring somebody else into the mix to fight a boss or to fight a bunch of enemies that are overwhelming you. And the one thing that's really cool with these heroes is if you get to a fork in the road, and you're like, how do I get past this obstacle? How do I get through this? And you can call in another hero, and they can get through and destroy that obstacle for you, so you can proceed forward. As I say, there is a lot of different attacks, a lot of different moves you can do. you can do counterattacks, you can defend attacks, you have a grappling hook. Sometimes you're looking around, you're like, how am I supposed to get up there? And all of a sudden, the grappling hook icon comes up and you can shoot your way up to a brand new level to get you to the next place that you need to get to. You can also use the grappling hook to zoom into certain enemies. That's a lot of fun, but yeah, the action RPG combat is excellent. It controls extremely well. You feel very at home here. And that is, as I say, the storyline's okay. The graphics are, I'd say they're a 7.5, 8 out of 10. I kind of like the graphical style. I love the look of my character. I love the look of the heroes that you can bring in. I like the look of the monsters. The world works for me. I think Midgar, where you're running around in, you do a lot of quests, a lot of stuff over and over and over again. They really milk the levels a little bit. But you know what? It's fun. I never was like, oh no, I have to fight another enemy. I was always enjoying fighting wave after wave of enemies. And there's so many new enemies that do show up later on. The boss encounters are unbelievable. They really are something else. And I was really happy to see that because, as I say, I thought it was going to be a strict budget title. So I thought, how much are they putting into this? And there's just a lot of different ways to navigate through the world. You have your map, so you can always see where you're going and all that. So you always kind of know where you're going because there's always an icon saying where to go. And if there isn't, you can press both sticks down and butterflies will shoot out and you can follow them to where you're supposed to go next. I tell you, I've really been enjoying this game. I really enjoy also the music. The music is ethereal, it's beautiful, it really fits the world setting of being gods in this world of Midgar and Valhalla. I really enjoy that, and of Odin and stuff like that, and you're a Valkyrie. The music works surrounding all of that stuff. And I've gotta say, I'm majorly eating crow, man. What we're at, and I'm gonna say it, you can agree or not and let me know what you think. This feels like a renaissance for Square Enix. It does. It feels like that renaissance we had back on the PS1 days, you know, when we had all those action RPGs and just RPGs in general by Squaresoft back then. I feel that we're at that point again now. We got the Deerfield Chronicles, we got Valkyrie Elysium, we have Front Mission coming out, we have Tactics Ogres coming back. Look at what's happening. There's a time when I was like, what are these guys really doing? What's happening? They're always working on the Final Fantasy series and all that, but they've been slipping out these little games almost under the radar, and people, I think, are gonna pass on a lot of these games, and I think it's a massive shame for any old school fan of action RPG combat, like me, from back in the day. These games are for us. Even the strategy games of Deerfield Chronicles, Front Mission, and all that. That's fascinating they're doing that. But this is a good old-fashioned action RPG at its core, really in the realm of the E-series. And I'm saying that again, it really feels that good to run around the world, to jump to different levels, to fight lots of monsters and all that, and to kind of negotiate your way through levels, gaining different abilities, and enhancing your character. It's very, very addicting. I said that in the beginning, I'm saying it now. It's one of those games, even to leave the game to come in here to talk about it, I'm like, oh, well, can I just do one more thing? Go get one more item. I think there's some flowers over there I have to collect and stuff like that. It was giving me that feeling, and I think the art style may not be for everybody, because it's kind of got that kind of pastel-y look with the black lines kind of around it. I personally think it looks really cool. I like the graphical style that they've gone through with it. And it's not the budget title that you think it's gonna be. And there's a lot more fun than you think there's gonna be in there. Try out the demo. That's the best thing I can say. If you enjoy the demo, I think you'll enjoy getting more out of the game. At this point, I'm 6 hours in. And at this point, it says I'm 22% done. So take that as it is. I think that's still not too bad at this point for an action RPG of this kind of caliber, but I gotta say, I'm having a good time playing this game, and I didn't think it was gonna be this good. I didn't think it was gonna be this good. The gameplay and the amount of things that you can do, That's what will win you over. The storyline is okay. The graphics are pretty good. The music, I think, is really excellent myself. But it's the combat, it's the action. That's the stuff that you will stay with. That's the stuff why you play an action RPG. And I'm glad that's the main focus of the game, because that's all I want to do in these games is run around and kill enemies, kill bosses, upgrade my character, get stronger, and see what's going on with the storyline and see what's going on with the Black Valkyrie that's going on there as well. That's the only little spoilery thing I will say. But definitely one to check out. Check out the demo for sure. Just wanted to come in and get some first thoughts on this game for sure. So anyways, guys, until next time.